Hi guys, putting here with the game for you in my Tier 9 US Light Cruiser, the Seattle. Now, I forget my captain builds and modules, but I know I'm running longer radar and I'm going with range over reload because I do like to open water this a little bit more, and the maps where you can really utilize islands, you just don't always get, and I do enjoy playing the ship. Doesn't mean that I won't try to take advantage of any islands or any natural cover that the maps do provide for me. As you can see, we're on Tears of the Desert, and it is Epicenter. Now, this is the day after the patch, and this was my first game of the day, I do believe, in the Seattle. So, I was kind of happy to see that the matchmaker changes went through, but you know what, if it was a tier 10 game, it wouldn't, you know what, it wouldn't have phased me the slightest bit, really. I want to be close enough to try to support any destroyer that is going to go into the cap, but because I do have the range mod, I do like to keep my distance. Now, as you can see, our Akazuki there looks like he's AFK, or he's just loading in late. I usually try to give players the benefit of the doubt if they load in late, because there are known issues with loading in late. The way you can tell a person did not load is if their guns are neutral. That means the guns haven't turned side to side. If you see the guns looking in any sort of direction other than neutral, which is forward and back, it means the person really went AFK. And as you can see, the DD started moving, which means he just loaded in late. Now, unfortunately, that means the enemy is going to have the advantage getting these caps. But what I'm trying to position myself is for a 9-10 push and possibly get some shots in on something or anybody over on the 1-2 side. Even with the range mod, you know, I only go out to 18.2 kilometers, realistically 18 kilometers. If it's coming at me, you know, the 0.2 will make a difference. If it's going away, you know, realistically, you have like a 16-kilometer range just due to the fact of shell travel time. Now, of course, the Atlanta wants to take up the same position I'm in, and you know what? We both kind of got here at the same time, and it's one of these things. I have a heal, the Atlanta doesn't. Of course, the Atlanta also believes in shooting islands. Now, if you can see me setting up here, you see how there's the little island icon. They do actually have to go into your options and turn on to let you know you're going. Well, you can turn it on or turn it off. I don't know what it is by default. It's been that long, guys. But, you know, if you see that, sometimes it's going to go over, sometimes it's not, but kind of got to look at the terrain and what you are in. Now, the Atlanta is hauling forward, and I'm trying to get closer to this Neptune, because, see, I had the AP load, and I was kind of hoping to catch him off guard, but this gentleman is reversing. I don't understand why you take a Neptune and just try to bow tank. I mean, I did 5,000 damage with AP. Like, that's fairly significant. Even though he can heal most of this stuff back, just look at all the health you get from him reversing. You know, he's got to be a radar Neptune because, well, there's no smoking at this point. He should have smoked. As our Atlanta finish him off. Guys, if you're ever in a situation like that, reversing is usually like the very last thing you want to do, especially in a cruiser. There are exceptions to the rules, and there are exceptions to the times, but a British cruiser reversing is usually a horrible idea because so much stuff can just overmatch you. Stalingrad, Moscow, Bow reversing? Well, geez, that's how they play. Now I am getting some cheeky shots in on this Colorado. But with us kind of being late to the game here, as far as getting the middle, or the inner and middle cap, I really don't want to push in right away. We are keeping this game close by two things. We've killed two ships, and just by denying them the third ring. You know, you gotta kind of think of epicenter as domination, but you know, all the caps are in the center. So if you can at least deny the enemy one of them, you're denying them points. Now, the points don't go out as fast, I do believe. If you hit your tab button, you know, it will tell you exactly how many points they get. You know, every second or tick or whatever you want to call it. But I'm trying to shoot over the island into the Massachusetts. Now, this is a downside to running a range mod on a squishy cruiser, is you're going to be spotted from a lot further ranges than you would feel comfortable. But with as many battleships, Russian battleships out there, you kind of don't have to worry about them. It's not to say that they can't get great salvos. It's just you want to keep your distance from them. So the further you can stay away from anything Russian, the better off you are. Now, the Colorado, you definitely have to worry about it at all ranges. Massachusetts kind of got fluid shells. So if you keep your distance, you can dodge his shells just by simply turning in a little bit, turning out, slowing down, just doing something from one shot, but you really have to be paying attention. But as you can see, really what I'm doing is classic, you know, damage farm. I'm gonna, you know, shoot the best targets that I can see, but I'm trying to stay on this outer ring just to help cap it, but, you know, to deny the enemy from getting it.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Now, I probably should have shot at the Jean Bart sooner than I did and ignored Colorado, but I do believe the Colorado DCB'd, so I wanted to try to get that one fire on him. Guys, if you're a battleship, for crying out loud, stop putting out one fire. You can afford to let it burn. Colorado getting behind the island? Yeah, absolutely. You know, he can put it out, he can wait for it to come back, but what does he do? He reverses out. Just let the one fire burn. Like, you have plenty of health for that to happen. Most cruisers will move on to a different target and try to get them to use their DCP. Because the last thing you want to do is put out one fire, and then next thing you know, everybody's shooting at you because the individual understood how to use the 3 key, or he understands chat box saying, hey, this guy just DCP'd. Anybody who can shoot HE at him, you know, fire it down range. Now, with all of that babbling and kind of general, you know, gameplay stuff to help you guys, we ain't doing so good. We're down on ships. We don't have the caps. And, you know, luckily for me, I've really not been shot at. Like, 8,000 damage is all that's come at me. So nobody's really shot at me, but I mean, it's not like I'm staying out of the fight. I'm definitely within gun range of things I can shoot, you know, 11 kilometers from the Jean Bart. I'm playing this middle or the outer ring.
That was a great battle.
If you're going to do and sit in the back and try to reserve your health, you have to remember why you're doing that, so you can use it at the end game. This is end game for us, guys. Maybe you think, oh, it's got to be middle. No. If we don't start making plays right now, our game's over. So for us, this is end game. For the enemy team, this is their mid game. All they got to do is survive. Now, of course, the Nelson has 16-inch shells, so, you know, to me, if he decides to punish me, but you know what? We've got to get rid of him because he's got the fantastic British heel, and you know what? even if he shoots HE at me, it will do a lot of damage. Sorry for the squeaking of the chair, guys.
Torpedoes direct
If that is coming through. But we want to try to get this guy to use his heal or get his DCP or something. Another thing, guys, you know, like this Russian battleship, you know, look how easy it was for him to dodge. He just turned in. It's going extremely slow, but he's not doing the classic stop and reverse. He's going slow forward. Now, he could sit there and bow tank this because it's, you know, a Jean Bart, which has got, what, 15-inch gun, so he doesn't have to worry about him overmatching or anything like that. He's really got to worry about HE. As I continue to harass this poor Colorado. Now, I was trying to slow down because I was using natural conceit, but once again, guys, nobody wants to shoot me. I'm not going to argue with that fact, but it can lull you into a false sense of security. You know, people targeting me, then they don't. And I'm trying to get in a position where I could just shoot over this island and potentially hit the Nelson or the Russian BB. And as you can see, look, the guy didn't sit there and bow tanking. Well, he is bow tanking, but he's pushing forward. He's staying mobile. Reversing in battleships is usually a bad idea, even for French, even though you can do it pretty gosh darn quickly. You don't want to. Now I hit my radar because I was hoping maybe somebody could get shots in on the black. If you have radar and if you can see that maybe something has shots on or somebody else was shooting the destroyer, pop your radar so the person can continue. You don't necessarily have to be the one to have your guns on sight to kill a DD with your radar. Now, it's at this point where, like, you know, we've got no caps. Now, unfortunately, somebody got out of the outer ring, which means the enemy's going to start generating points again. We need to kill the Colorado because I do believe the Colorado is the only one on a cap. And, you know, here's a situation. I'm not happy that I have to do this, but I have to reverse. I have to stay behind this island so that Russian battleship cannot just absolutely delete me. There's also a DD in the area, the safest place to be because I don't run Hydro, I run defensive fire. Behind the island, I can't really get torped. Now, what I am doing is I'm waiting for our Lion, our Seattle. I don't believe our DD is really going to make it out of this situation. He's in a very bad situation. As I'm going to run aground trying to make a turn that I never should have made. And here somebody's calling out somebody for being useless. You know what? Whatever, dude. You gotta ignore comments like that. Now, the ship count is equal, except they have 2 DDs. What one of these guys should have done was realize that, you know, we're making a comeback. We're pushing. We're killing. These guys are presenting themselves one at a time. You know, we killed this Helena and, you know, hopefully our Lion can tank some damage while the Seattle, myself, you know, just absolutely punish the battleship. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the other side of the BB. I'm not making my play now. I'm going around the island, popping my radar to see where the heck everybody is. Because I really don't want to be presenting broadside to this battleship who's probably going to have his guns looking this way. Instead of shooting the battleship, I'm shooting the DD. Why is that? We need to kill these destroyers. This is what's going to stop us from winning the game. It's not going to be the battleship. It's going to be these destroyers. Now I have to make my turn here. Luckily for me, the battleship shot. which means I can now safely make my turn because he's already said, screw you, carrier, screw you, cruiser. Now, our Seattle managed to finish off the Helena, and, you know, now we're back to even ship count. We're starting to get to the point of we need to get one of these two caps or we're going to have to kill everything. There's not time to really cap these guys out. We're kind of in a situation to where everyone has to die. These destroyers, you know, you got to see the situation, guys. No matter what side of the wall you're on, what, you know, you got to pay attention to the clock. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to the clock until about 2 minutes into, until about 2 minutes were left, but I was looking at the score. I'm like, okay, we need a kill. We have to get a kill. We need to pull this back. We need 2 kills. Maybe we can do this if we get 2 kills quick enough. We can pull this back. Now, oh wait, I do have Hydro. I'm an idiot, guys, about I don't run Hydro. But, you know, most of my U.S. cruisers I don't unless it's given to me like this here. You can tell I'm a professional cruiser player. But I'm keeping these guys, now both of these guys are on my Hydro. So the only question is, where is the black? Where and what the black is doing. And this is what I mean. I'm slowing down. The lion's backing up. The black, why are you here? You shouldn't be in this position, dude. You should have been long gone. These guys know they're on Hydro, so they know who has to be getting them on Hydro. And just by me spotting that, force the battleship forward. Now, I have 30 seconds left on Hydro, which means I need to make my play, and I need to make it relatively soon. But I got to be careful of the black here and his slow sea mines. As you see, I'm getting decent hits, and then, of course, my aim's going to go to crap because, well, it's me. Here comes the black's mines. My Hydro's down. I know the second I round this corner, that DD is going to torpedo. No matter which way that battleship's guns are facing, I'm going to have to deal with torps. And this is where you take a 2v2 and keep it a 2v2. Don't go the same side. Go opposite sides. Because the destroyer has to pay attention to me and not the battleship. Or he's paying attention to the battleship and, you know, I can get free shots in on him. But I have to make my move. I had to wait for those black torpedoes. We knew they were coming. But I am trying to turn in because the last thing I want to do is really present broadside to the battleship.
Torpedoes direct
Now I'm going to cut my speed, increase my speed, pray to RNGesus. Going to take 1 torp. And you know what, at that range, there's really not much you could do as I pull off the double shot.
Enemy battleship destroyed. We've got 2 of them.
Here's another mistake the black made. I'd have no idea where this guy was. I'd have no clue where this black was if he just didn't shoot. All this guy has to do to win the game is run away. Doesn't even need to cap, just needs to run away. But because I saw his shells coming in, and I saw the path that they were going, I know he's running to this area over here. I know he's making a break for over there instead of just continuing going on this way. Because he shot at me. If he didn't shoot at me, I wouldn't have known, and it would have been a 50-50 guess on which way he's going. Now, I popped my Hydro because I don't want to get hit by torps, and God, I hope I'm back to what I need to be. Now I'm spotted. I know they hit my radar. This guy dies, we win. This guy lives, we lose. Now, I have to pay attention to torps, because if I die, we lose, because Because nobody's spotting them. Our other Seattle, it's too far. So what's going to happen, guys? As we go check out the post-battle results. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. And you know what? You've got to keep a never give up attitude. Yes, there are times when you can just say, you know, you got to throw in a towel. There's 7v1. Like, you know, situations like that. But you never give up, guys. Always, always try to play for the win. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys did learn something. We do appreciate all the support you guys do give us. Sorry about the lack of content, but I'm still dealing with the puppy, guys. Starting to get a little bit more active, and she really can't be active, so videos are going to be a little spurts for when I can get some time when the puppy is actually sleeping or laying down. I get to take care of her at night. But with all of that said, please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.